Bobby's breakdowns, where knowledge grows, entertaining us all as the excitement flows. From films to wrestling, he's the pro.
What is up, everybody? It's your boy Bobby from Bobby's Breakdowns, and today we are going to go back in time to the year 1988. I was 20. I'm just kidding. I wasn't even born yet. That's how long ago this was. But the movie is still one of the best horror movies I've ever seen. And I would say a lot of people say it's one of the best horror movies they've ever seen. We are going behind the scenes of Beetlejuice. And we're also going to be diving in to Beetlejuice. Don't say it that third time. We know what happens. By the time you see this video, Beetlejuice will already be out and in theaters. So go see it. I'm going to go see it. And yeah, we're going to go dive behind the scenes of the very first Beetlejuice movie. So with that being said, let's dive right in. So like I said, this movie came out in 1988. Michael Keaton was kind of a star, but he only had the role of Mr. Mom really to his name. So he was kind of getting there, but Beetlejuice really put him on the map. People really knew his name after this, and we'll get into the little run for the next 4 years that he had in about a minute here. But like I said, with the exception of Mr. Mom, this movie, in my opinion, made Michael Keaton the star he is today, and he's one of my top 5 favorite actors. Keaton's amazing. I don't know anybody that truly dislikes Keaton. So yeah, like I said, this movie came out in 1988. The 4-year run that Keaton had after this was insane. He had Beetlejuice in 88, Batman in 89, which when he got cast, people at the time, remember this is 88 or whatever, people literally wrote letters to Warner Brothers Studios saying, please don't cast this man as Batman. They were not happy. But in reality, what we know now, this is when superhero movies kind of became serious and people started taking them seriously because the movie was amazing and Keaton was an amazing Batman. And in 1992, he had Batman Returns. And to the date, of course, this could always change, but Beetlejuice and Batman Returns are the only sequels that Michael Keaton has done. There's not many actors that don't do many sequels like that, but Keaton is one of the rare ones that has only done 2 sequels. I found that very interesting. So yeah, like I said, what a run Keaton had, and he blew up after that, for sure. Nobody was ever not going to know who he was at that point. Michael Keaton has gone on record saying this is his favorite film of his, which is interesting, but I understand. Beetlejuice was one of those horror movies that kind of took the world by storm, and it's one of the greatest horror movies of all time, if you ask me, and I think most people would agree with that fact. Keaton was the star of the show, and it was an amazing movie, and it was kind of before horror really got, like, funny, so they kind of changed the game. I found this very interesting, and judging by how Warner Brothers does business, I was not shocked by this at any means, and I'm going to read it from my iPad just so I get everything correct. Tim Burton, the director of Beetlejuice, as a joke, suggested the movie name should be Scared Sheetless. Yes. Tim Burton thought it was funny. He just threw it out as a joke to the studio. The studio was seriously considering it. And Tim Burton was terrified that they were going to say, this is the name of the movie, or else. Scared Sheetless is pretty funny, but it wouldn't have held up like it did today with the name Beetlejuice, for sure. And of course, to show the range and amazingness of Michael Keaton, apparently he ad-libbed about 90% of his lines on this movie, which is crazy to think about considering how good the movie is. Sometimes when that happens, movies do not go well. With the movie being as much of a success as it was, it's amazing that that happened. The cast for this movie was pretty huge at the time. Obviously Michael Keaton, Alec Baldwin, we'll get into him in a minute, Gina Davis, who is not coming back for the second one, Catherine O'Hara, and Winona Ryder. Some pretty big stars there. On to Beetlejuice for a minute. Keaton is coming back, obviously. Winona Ryder is coming back. Catherine O'Hara is coming back. Gina Davis is not coming back. The reason behind that? Who knows? Alec Baldwin, I think we know why he's not coming back. His last 3 years have not been kind to him. Let's just say that. And lastly, on Beetlejuice, the budget for this movie was $15 million, which in 1988, kind of a lot of money. It ended up making just under $75 million. So definitely a success money-wise. Why it took so long to get a sequel, I'm not sure, considering it's been a very long time since Beetlejuice hit theaters. I don't know. You think they would have done it after that? Maybe Keaton didn't want to do it, or maybe Keaton finally came around to doing it. Who knows? But in 1988 terms, that's a lot of money. And lastly, we're going to go into the cast for Beetlejuice. Obviously, Michael Keaton coming back. Winona Ryder coming back. Catherine O'Hara coming back. I mentioned that earlier. We add Willem Dafoe to the mix. He's always an interesting wild card, so that should be fun. We add up-and-coming actress Jenna Ortega from Scream. She is in this movie. She should kill it. And I don't know if this is going to be a cameo or he's going to have a role in the movie majorly, but I think it might be a cameo. Danny DeVito as the janitor. I love that because DeVito and Keaton are boys. That's awesome. But yes, this cast is pretty stacked. I'm expecting this movie, I think it's going to make more than $75 million. For sure. I lied. I wanted to try and look up the budget for Beetlejuice. I can't find the budget right now, but I do have the box office projections for the United States and Canada for opening weekend. It says it's expected to make between 65 and 80 million opening weekend. So like I said, I definitely expect this movie to make a lot more than the 75 million it originally made. Now, is the budget going to probably be more than 15 million? Considering you have Jenna Ortega and Michael Keaton alone, yeah, probably. But I think, let's say the budget is 80 million, give or take. I think they should cross 160, double it easily. A lot of people are excited for this movie. And that is my behind the scenes for the Beetlejuice movie from 1988 and our look ahead to Beetlejuice. By the time this comes out, Beetlejuice review will be next. I'm sorry for the delay, but life happens, folks. We will be getting to that review because this was one of the movies I was genuinely excited for this year. We have that review coming out to end September, and then the next week, oh boy, Joker Faleado. I'm so excited. I hope they don't kill it with the musical, but I am very excited. But make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. We already went over the content coming, folks, so I am very excited. We got a lot of good movies coming out. The first half of the year was a drag. Then we got to Deadpool and Wolverine, and then we are taking off. But until next time, I am Bobby from Bobby's Breakdowns, and we will see you in the next one. Later.
Bobby's Breakdowns, where knowledge grows, entertaining us all as the excitement flows. From films to wrestling, he's the pro.